So we were the digital technology work group. Our question was, how can digital technology help shape news literacy courses? And participants are included below. I hope I didn't miss anyone. It was a fabulous group and fascinating discussion. And we basically honed in on a couple important ways in which digital technology could help news literacy. The first one was an online resource center that could act as a clearinghouse for best practices. It would provide news literacy lesson plans. It would have online courses, and a key point that we want to make is that we think that this can be effectively taught online. So online courses are actually a really big component. Also, this center could aggregate case studies of best and worst stories. We would encourage news providers to provide materials, either raw footage or just stories, transcripts that could be used to deconstruct the news. They have tools to aggregate, rate, compare the news that would be built into the online resource center, and of course connections to social networks and discussion groups, so that we could all gather there as a community and brainstorm new ways to teach news literacy. The second important piece that digital technology could support is training for teachers, or that is related to using digital technology to make this happen. And we see this as needed at all grade levels, K-12 and college. So we need to somehow provide extensive training that is not just focused on the technology. Obviously, we've got to do that, but it's more focused on applications of the technology. So we're using the tools to help teach better. We would also, at Bill Densmore's recommendation, like to emphasize collaboration with the students, so a different relationship between the teacher and the student that's more peer-to-peer, and the same kind of relation between the students. So really try to do a training that encourages that approach as being key. And of course, access to tools and making it easier for people to be able to practice all this, and tech support, don't forget that. The next area that we felt was important, an important way where digital technology could help, was the development of a news application for students. It would be a hands-on digital news application. It would help students make choices as editors. It'd be, of course, based on news literacy principles. It would encourage peer-to-peer comparisons, looking at what one student sees, how different ways in which the students see the world, and learning through game-like interactions. We see the potential for progressive skill development over a course, so it's not a one-time thing, but it's something that lasts for a long time. And it would also help students express their worldviews as well as compare their worldviews. And so we honed in on a specific application as an example of what this could be, which might be a worldview construction kit, which would be an online multiplayer application that would start at Kinsey Wilson's recommendation based on the students' current news consumption, because that's what they care most about. It's all about me, right? Okay, so what kind of news are you looking at right now? We're going to auto-track any news that you link or tweet or otherwise share with your friends, and automatically put all these little news links in one place. And then we're going to help you organize those links so that you can construct your own worldview, but it's an informed worldview based on the articles that you've collected and that your friends have shared with you. And as part of this organization, we're going to help you separate the facts from the opinions and separate different points of view. So really encouraging the students to go beyond just cool YouTube videos and actually starting to understand how you can organize the information you consume. Then we're going to let them express their worldview with some of the best links and stories that have been automatically aggregated with an instant slideshow. You just have all the links, boom, instantly we create a little slideshow for you. And this is where we have the concept of 60 seconds. You have 60 seconds to present the world as you see it today based on the links that you've received. And we also encourage you to compare and contrast the different worldviews that you've gotten through the news, and also compare and contrast your little 60-second piece with someone else's. So basically, quick student newscasts game-like rewards and user interface. So the whole thing feels like a game, even if it's not heavy scoring, but just the whole thing is, you know, bonus points. Oh, I'm doing great. And at the end of each week, we would take all of the best student newscasts, these little 1-minute thingies, and we would combine them with teacher-created list of interesting stories for the week. So there'd be a weekly broadcast that the teachers and maybe a TV producer helps put together that takes the best of that stuff and puts it either on the satellites or on cable somehow, a little bit like Channel 1. Again, that was an idea from Bill Densmore. And most importantly, this construction kit has built-in instructional and training materials to it all. So essentially, that's what the $1 million would fund. An online resource center, training for teacher, and a news application for students.
Thank you very much.
Charles.